friends. We are here at High Commissioner of Kingdom of Lesotho, and we are with Charge d'Affaires Tabang Kholumo. Welcome you, sir. This country is very amazing country, which is near South Africa, and this country is surrounded by all across South Africa. The total population of this country is almost 2.2 million, and very happy people, very charming people. And when we met them with the High Commissioner and the team also, we found a lot of energy between them, so much positive energy, and they really want to do something for the country. We are here in this embassy today to do the interaction with the High Commissioner. Welcome you, sir, for this program.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Lesotho.
Thank you so much. And I am Dr. Jitendra Joshi, the Global President of Global India Business Forum. And with me, our legal advisor and very senior lawyer of Supreme Court, Dr. Rajeshwari is there. So we both are actually going to discuss with sir what are the different business opportunity, possibility with India, and how India, Kingdom of Lesotho together can improve the bilateral relationship between both the countries. What do you want?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Joshi, for this kind introduction. And Dr. Kholumo, I would like to ask a few questions here, because the relationship between India and Lesotho has to be strengthened, and therefore we would like to know a few things from you. So first of all, would you like to share your vision about the bilateral trade between India and Lesotho? There has been a lot of trade. So what do you think is the future vision that you have for the bilateral relationship between the two countries?
Welcome and thank you for the question. Let me indicate that Lesotho and India started cooperation on a very serious basis from 2004, when the two countries signed a joint bilateral commission for cooperation. And since that time, Lesotho and India have been exchanging some goods. And I would say Lesotho has been exporting to India, I would say wool and mohair, apparel and clothing. On the other hand, India has been giving Lesotho cotton for our textile industry, pharmaceuticals, and machinery, tractors basically, for agriculture. But when you ask me for the future, I think there's an opportunity for more cooperation, especially in horticulture. I've realized since I've been here for the last 6 months that you guys don't have peaches here, and we have a lot of peaches in Lesotho. So I think Lesotho can explore that opening in India to, on top of the three that I've mentioned, export peaches, grapes, and apples to India, while on the other hand, India can also supply us with bananas, papaya, pomegranate. These are products which are not there in Lesotho. And there are plenty in India, I've realized that. So I think without getting this get to waste, then the two countries can exchange these horticulture products for the future.
That's amazing. So I think that's a great idea to have horticulture as a start point for building the relationship and strengthening it.
Yeah, definitely. Since one has also realized that India is food sufficient. You have enough food for yourself. But you should be aware that there are your brothers and sisters out there who are hungry, who need this food that you have. So you have to produce more to supply us.
supply there.
especially foods that cannot be grown in some other parts of the world.
So, taking them from here, so what do you think could be done to strengthen the cultural relationship between the countries?
For me, there are only two things only, and I would have answered your question. What the two countries need is to abolish visa requirement for the nationals of the two countries to visit each other. I mean, this visa issue is a nightmare. For an Indian to get to Lesotho, it's a hill to climb. For a Lesotho to get to India, it's a hill to climb. And fortunately, the two countries have since abolished visa requirement for diplomatic passport holders. If you have your diplomatic passport, you can get to a plane and get to Lesotho free, no visa. Similarly, a diplomat from Lesotho can just get to the plane and come to India, no visa requirement. And this, unfortunately, is blocking out the drivers of economy, the rank and file, the people down there, investors, business people, tourists, are the ones who need that provision. If we can provide that to them, I'm telling you, trade between these two countries can flourish like anything. I'm aware that India has countries that don't require a visa to get here. Lesotho also has. So why can't India and Lesotho, add these two countries into their lists so that we abolish this visa requirement for the good of the two countries? And two, if we could also increase the number of scholarships of students from Lesotho who come and study here, students from India who go and study in Lesotho, that will promote both trade and culture. These are the only two answers from me to your question.
Amazing, amazing. We must have visa-free culture.
Yeah.
I think that's a first start point. And taking on from there, what do you think is the current footfall of tourists in Lesotho?
Unfortunately, and very unfortunately, because of the visa issue,
Yes.
it's very minimal. It's
Right.
very minimal. If there are any Indians who go to Lesotho just for tourism, it's a very small number.
But don't you think advertising and popularizing is also a key aspect in increasing the footfall between India and Lesotho? It's such a culturally rich, naturally rich kind of country, and Indians are always looking for newer destinations. So I think that would be a really one big one big step which we can take.
Yeah, I agree with you that advertisement is crucial. We are trying to do it. The country has a website. We try to advertise the country, but I may agree that it has not been done enough. But visa is another handicap that I think if it can be removed, the footstep of either India to Lesotho or Lesotho to India would be better than what it is now.
So since we are all not diplomats, and since we are all common citizens, we will request you to abolish visa so that more and more Indians can come to Lesotho.
I would love to see that happening in my lifetime, and I'm going to do everything in my power to push for that. I think in May, the Joint Bilateral Commission of Cooperation will be meeting, and this is one other thing that I am actually going to push for, because in these meetings, a lot of memoranda have been thrown, a lot. But movement is very slow. Very slow. It's at a snail's pace. Is bureaucracy. So, and of course, visas fall under that category, bureaucracy. So, I do believe that we can get a long way if we can end up abolishing this, and I'm going to make it a point that it is an agenda item in May when the two countries meet in their JBCC meeting.
Sure, I hope so that by the time we meet next time, the visa will be abolished.
I would say, amen.
So I have the
Yeah, sure.
I have 2-3 very probable business-related discussions actually want to do. So as India is hosting G20 chairmanship this year, and there are many delegations are coming from the not just from the G20 countries, but many other countries also. And definitely the main reason behind is the sector-wise delegations are coming. Many Indian businessmen from the different part of India meeting them. Even government is also arranging many programs. Even the private organization like Global India Business Forum also supporting this delegation. So what kind of delegations are actually your government is planning this year for the growth of business actually? And what is the plan about one-to-one, people-to-people direct contact?
Yeah, your question, of course, is very close to what we've just talked about, because I'm saying this bilateral cooperation started way back in 2004 with a lot of memoranda being signed. Every meeting there's a memoranda coming up, but implementation is very slow. So my view and proposal is for you people now in the organizations to meet organization to organization, because government to government, yeah, they've done their part. So it is your role now in the organizations to meet organization to organization, person to person, people to people. And in that way, of course, economy will grow. And what I hope my country is going to do when they form the delegation to India, they will try to have a variety of people from different sectors. In Lesotho, we have, I would say, 5 major industries. We have agriculture, and I'll be very much happy to see our farmers being part of the delegation that is coming here. We export wool and mohair to India, and that is from the farmers. So I would love to see them being part of the delegation coming here. And apart from that, we have diamonds. We produce a lot of diamonds. If you come to Lesotho, I can give you one.
Yeah, we'll be the lucky one.
So we still, unfortunately, export those diamonds raw, and we're still looking for investors from India to come to Lesotho and help us to add value to the diamond, so that they're exported polished, cut, so that they make more employment for Lesotho and more money for the nation. So I would love to see some people from that industry again coming here to meet investors in that area, so that they lessen burden on my shoulders to be talking for them all the time. So I'll be very happy to see them here talking for themselves to Indians. So we have tourism, and I would also love to see some from the tourism industry coming here to meet your people, your business people in tourism. And of course, we have education. Those in education should also come and take advices here and meet their colleagues, colleague to colleague. I think in that way we will see, we will be giving life to this trade bilateral relation, which can only come 3 from this side, 3 from this side. That is not enough. the potential has not been explored enough. We still need to do more. And we shall only do more when now we take the relations down to the people, people to people. Government, fine, that to people now. I think that is where we are lacking. And I, of course, mentioned that we specialize in apparel and clothing, and I would also be very happy to see people from that industry coming here. And lastly, we are a source of water in Southern Africa. Most of the rivers that supply water to Southern Africa come from Lesotho. So we have few water. I'm missing my water here in India. I'm just missing water from Lesotho. You know, in Lesotho, as a traveler, as a tourist, if you go in the mountains, you can kneel down in a spring and drink water from the ground. Or just draw and drink from the ground. But here you cannot even from the tap. You cannot drink water in India from the tap. So, there is that opening for you people to come to Lesotho, bottle water in Lesotho, export to India.
Actually, I was just reading somewhere the community, the Lesotho community is so good, very flourishing thoughts. You have very happy people, and I think the language is Lesotho, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And
we are Lesotho.
Lesotho.
Language is Lesotho.
Lesotho.
People are Basotho.
Lesotho.
Yeah.
And your dressing style also, so there is a culture, and I'm just ask you one specific question about the dressing style, as you are staying in the mountains actually. So in that case, I think the dressing style always been covered.
Yeah. I was trying to look if there's a picture that shows how we dress. Oh, there's we put on blankets.
Yes.
Yeah, mostly we put on blankets, especially in winter because it's very cold. And you are invited to come and ski. We have snow in winter.
Yeah.
So a lot of tourists from all over the world come. But I haven't actually checked as to from which country they come from.
Yeah.
But I doubt if they were any from India. Because I have addressed many investors in different groupings. And the first question that I normally ask, that embarrasses me, of course, is there anyone who know anything about Lesotho? Just raise up your hand and tell us anything that you know about Lesotho. There will be nobody to stand up.
I just told.
So I doubt if there's been any tourists coming to Lesotho to enjoy our snow.
I think, sir, this kind of interaction is very, very important because now this is the digital era, and every individual, every company, every state, country, they are always try to promote themselves. So I think this kind of discussion, even the Global India Business Forum, what planning with all countries, all ambassadors, the message is very sound and clear that with such kind of interaction, and when the senior person like you is interacting, I think many people, travel tourism companies, many businessmen, they know about the country, they know about what is the future prospects and many more opportunities. So I think this is the right platform to discuss openly about all sort of what you have and what you're supposed to offer. My next question is specific about the Indian government is helping so much actually, as you rightly said, we are food sufficient country, and many of our government colleagues and even Mr. Prime Minister Modi is of the opinion that we should support many other countries, and I think the COVID time India supported for the vaccination program many countries. Any thought about our Prime Minister Modi, sir?
Yeah, and we are truly very thankful that we got a lot of vaccines from India, and you have saved a lot of lives. And I would, of course, take this platform to thank India on behalf of all Basotho who got vaccinated, and you really helped us I was attacked by COVID, but I made it. And then immediately after that, I vaccinated. I know now I will live and I will die when God wants me to. I will not be killed by COVID. Yeah. So I think you have a focused Prime Minister, and this country is very lucky with Prime Minister Modi. He's a man who likes his country. And I've always argued, and I stand to be corrected, that progress of any country depends on the leader. Any organization, progress depends on the leader. If the leader is weak, the organization will be weak. So you are blessed, and you have to thank the Lord for a Prime Minister like Narendra Modi. So we wish you all the best, and we think his tenure as the president of G20.
Prime Minister and President of G20.
Yeah, president of G20 will of course take the world forward. Yeah, and we are very happy that you guys have pushed for millet to be celebrated, to be respected, because most of us, we are who we are because of millet. And because of colonization, we are made to abandon millet. In Lesotho, every breastfeeding mom will have millet, porridge of millet. We know it will nourish the woman, it will make her produce more milk, and but colonization made us to despise millet.
Yeah.
And I again will say we salute India that today millet, we have an international year of millet this year because of India.
Yeah.
Salute.
Thank you so much, sir. So actually, as we are discussing that Global India Business Forum has already planned after discussion with you that we should also think about to form India-Lesotho Business and Cultural Council, definitely to promote Lesotho in India, and more businessmen should know about the opportunity, the sector what you are just suggested. So just any specific comment about that, the council what we are intent to form for the bilateral relationship, growth and the cultural exchange also.
Yeah, I think I've already answered that question, though you had not asked it, in that we now have to translate the bilateral cooperation between the countries now to organizations. So the move, the gesture of the organization to now want to relate with another organization in Lesotho doing the same work or same job, I think that is a step in the right direction. We need that. We actually need that so that you guys can talk person to person, industry to industry. So I think I would also say salute to that move. It's long overdue. It's long overdue to see Indian organizations collaborating with with Lesotho organizations. And I will do my best to see to the happening of that your organization would have partners in Lesotho so that you guys start collaborating, exchanging ideas, exchanging skills that will grow our economies of the two countries.
So your points are really good, and actually, as you are saying, is the visa is definitely one aspect actually that needs to be clear first, so that the free visa or maybe at least on arrival visa, which will be easy for businessmen also to future to come. Apart from business, actually there are different aspects like sports. Do you think any opportunity that Lesotho, India, maybe in common in some areas about the sports movement actually for the youth?
Yeah, everything is possible because we have different talents as people. So if we exchange talents, that will grow us as human beings. In Lesotho, our popular sport is football, soccer, and netball. And for you here is hockey and cricket, and two sports or games which are not played at all in Lesotho. There's no hockey at all in Lesotho. But we have since introduced cricket.
Okay, great.
Yeah, cricket is starting. So I think those guys will be very happy to collaborate with cricket teams here.
Okay.
So you can capacitate them. And of course, finally get into hockey.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And any comment about the Bollywood movies?
Where is this? We have an agreement or an MOU as the High Commission with one Indian chamber that is to do with entertainment and
Filmmaking.
Yeah. So every time I get to their meetings, I invite them to come and film in Lesotho. Our mountains, our waterfalls, our rivers, that terrain, the rugged terrain of Lesotho, can make beautiful films there. And these people, I don't know, they're not coming forth, but I'm pursuing that.
Great.
The American Ninja 4 was filmed in Lesotho. So we would love to see Indian films being filmed in Lesotho. We have open hands to accept and receive filmmakers from India to come and film in Lesotho.
Great. So friends, actually His Excellency is nice to comment on many different areas like business, sports, and so definitely I think this kind of discussions, I can say, not interviews, but the discussions actually, which will definitely give age for many businessmen to come forward. They will understand about the needs. Even the many areas like you have suggested, the textile is very important area. Even a lot of things about the agriculture also maybe in future we can discuss about. And filmmaking, the Tollywood, Bollywood filmmakers actually with this discussion maybe few of our filmmakers can think about such a great destination like Lesotho. They can surely go there and make a film. And so we are really confident as a Global India Business Forum. And thanking you for such a nice time you gave us for nice interaction and discussion. And this is just the start. And I hope a lot of things to come forward, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the visit and for the interview. And I want to tell you that what I've realized about India is that you guys also peace-loving people, law-abiding citizens. Your people are really peace-loving, very cooperative, law-abiding, ready to learn and ready to share. The motto of Make in India, Make for the World, I have seen it. I have gone to many exhibitions and I've seen that India is declared war. You guys are producing everything that one can think of. So technology in India is first class. And many countries will see you ahead of them very soon. Because Delhi is polluted. But the way climate change is being fought in India, leaves a lot to be desired. You now have electric cars, you have solar energy. At one time, I also learned that some solar panels are floating even in the sea. I say, Hallelujah to India. You guys are marvelous. And technology here is classic. So surely there is a lot that one will take home at the end of the tour. Agripreneurship. People here don't just go to the fields to apply for the sake of it. Agriculture is business. Agriculture is investment. And that's why you are food sufficient. People produce not to eat, they produce to sell, they produce to supply others. And I said, please produce it to supply beyond the borders of India. Truly, I want to thank you for visiting us here in Lesotho and hope to collaborate more in the future.
Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Really